How you guys doing today? Today is going to be that video I want to do about the GA stuff with this upcoming ships GA, and I am almost going to guarantee you guys that there's going to be 6 zones. 6 zones. And those are for characters, and then there's going to be an extra additional zone for ships. So you should be only having 7 battles in this next GA, unless they pull sneaky on us and they want to do a full 8-man like we just did, but then toss in ships as an extra little battle. But if I were you guys, I would focus on 6 teams for offense, 6 teams for defense, and then the ships. I did a video recently about the ships on Malevolence or GK, who you should work on, but just really quickly, since we don't have Malevolence just yet in the game, personally what I would do is save your best fleet that you always have best win rates on for offense. The nice thing about trying to get max banners in fleet is that you only need 2 reinforcements, so if you can pull off a win with no extra reinforcements, that's pretty good for you. Personally, I'm going to probably use Negotiator on offense and then run like a Falcon on defense or something like that. I don't know, I haven't figured it out yet, but it's not that hard to figure out personally, I don't think. But for GAC, I kind of put a little collab or a little pieces of the puzzle for my old setup for 5v5 and moved it over here. And this is still 5v5, but just lowered zones, not as much teams, right? So when I'm thinking about these new counters and new offenses, always max banners. That's how this GA is played. You always want to get max banners, right? So what I put together here, guys, is what I think is the best offenses for at least me. There's a lot of people that are like me, they don't really have everything maxed out yet. If you guys don't have everything maxed out, you gotta kind of think outside the box here with your counters. So, starting with Darth Revan counter in the Malix, this is the new counter here for me. It's a CLS Kira team with Thrawn. This will mop up some 340 speed, beastly modded Relic 7 Malak Darth Revan, doesn't matter what they are, how much mods, how much damage, these guys are gonna kill them. If you do want to make this a lot more reliable, I would recommend putting some Gear 13s on everybody, and Relic 7, your Chewie and Han. So, but besides that, I've tried this. I've done 7 plus. You know, let's just round up. It's around 10 tests I've done like last 2 days in my battles. It works. So that's my new Darth Revan Malak counter, and this bad boy counter right up here doesn't always have to have R2. It can actually go with Ahsoka. And this is the new General Skywalker counter. I want to do an updated version to it. I did a couple tests with like a Rex, with like the 5s, and I even tried like different modding. The modding isn't ridiculously hard here. I would just make Padme fastest in that counter. I'll do a video here shortly for you guys talking about this. But this is the counter to GS. If I'm not fighting a GS, well, I can just use this team versus versus Malak and toss back in R2. It's gonna work. And then if the guy doesn't even have GS, well, I can probably put either a CLS on defense or JKR defense, or heck, even Padme on defense just in place. So that's that. And then of course JKR I have on offense. This is going to be an easy counter for like either a Bounty Hunters, Night Sisters, doesn't matter. It's going to counter a lot. Or if you want to save Bastila, you can. You can save Bastila here and just save it for a JKR mirror match if you wanted to. Okay, and then down here, this is for a Geo team. If you guys don't have good relics or good gear and mods on your Traya Scion, I would not recommend 2v5ing bugs out there unless you are like me and you do have some good relics. Versus Gear 13 spies and bugs. I've said this before, guys, but if you guys haven't heard me say this before, Gear 13 Traya and Scion can 2v5 any bugs out there. I would only hesitate on saying that if you're fighting Relic 7 spies. Besides that, 2v5 with a Gear 13 Traya and Scion should 2v5 bugs almost every single time without fail. And then, so that's the bug counter, right? And if you don't happen to fight bugs, well, that's an easy counter versus different teams. So down here, this is First Order. I prefer Phasma instead of OG Kylo because she gives out 50% TM instead of the 25. And then you have to be more reliant on the advantage, right? But this is another Night Sister counter, and if I don't happen to fight Night Sisters, well, this can be used versus a lot of different teams. You know, Karth, another probably mirror match crew team, and also like the JTR if you happen to see JTR. We'll chat about JTR a little bit. And then down here is the Grievous counter. So I also want to chat about another Grievous team I have an idea for on defense, and a lot of other people in TWs are using this as their whole guild because this is an extremely strong team. But for now, we're chatting about a team that's just a standard Grievous team. This is the counter to that team. Or if you don't want to use that and you want to save this team for a different other team, well, maybe you have some better relics than I do on your Jedi, and you can use your Jedi versus Grievous. So that is, let's count them up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 teams, and of course you can add in some if you wanted to, but these are mine. These are probably the highest banners teams that I have come up with for maximizing my points in GAC. Because if you think about it, these two teams, if you're thinking about worst case scenario, you're fighting a Relic 7 General Skywalker and a Relic 7 Malak team, well, this is probably your best case scenario for that. So there you guys have for offense. Like I said, you can always change these up. So this is my defenses. I've done this in the past, not using a full DR team with a Sith Empire. This is just a nice little, it forces a counter pretty much. Nothing to it really. This team though, however, this Grievous team, this is a new team that I would highly consider you guys working on or just implementing in your new ships for GAC, because there's not going to be 8 different teams. You can kind of go a little bit outside the box here with your ideas here and your defenses, and this one is one I would highly consider for you guys that don't have an extremely fast B1. So this is with BB-8. The reason I don't want to have JTR in this is because JTR on a GAC, I don't think she's going to be quite that useful, because less teams, in my opinion, I would think there's going to be a lot higher and top tier defense that you're going to be fighting, and I don't think JTR will be that big of a helper there and helping out with my banner. So this is a team I would consider, and like for offense, if I do happen to fight one of these, I might just have to go straight on JKR versus it, which is not that big of an issue when I still have EP left to use. So there you guys go there. Just a solid defense, I think, and in my TW, we have a whole bunch of these, and it wrecks faces, guys. This team is no joke. Highly consider it for sure. The reason, if you guys want to know why it's so good, is because BB-8 gives out extra TM based on every single droid here. So everybody's going to go first, pretty much. Okay, so this is the Night Sister team. Night Sister, you can probably even use them on offense if you wanted to, but for me, I like using them on defense personally. Very standard, nothing to it really. So let's just move on. This is a team I would look into. This is a Geos with Droideka. The reason why this team works so well is that with every single assist or every single attack that these bugs will do, Droideka has a % chance to assist. The only chance, or the only reason why he will assist though, is because he will have to have his damage immunity buff. So you have to have a fast Droideka for this to work, and if you don't, it's probably not going to work as well. But this is great to counter versus like another Trey Sound counter, because he can do more damage here, just base damage, and he doesn't get any of those pains on him when he has Nasty Up and damage immunity. So this is extremely of a strong counter, I would say, to those typical counters like the Trey and Scion, right? And if you guys, there's one I want to chat about later on, but if you guys don't really have, like in this team, if you want to use this without Sun Fac, well, if you guys do happen to have a Newt lead with the Zeta and Dooku, consider Newt lead Zeta Dooku, or Newt lead Zeta unique on his on Newt's unique, and then Dooku as well. Toss in Sun Fac there, and if you guys want to even mess with some of the Karth team, Mission Zalbar, and if you even have Watt, toss in Watt there. That's extremely strong of defense too, if you don't want to use Sun Fac in this team. Okay, so this is just a standard Django team. If you guys want to run Nesta here, there you guys go. It's going to be a tough team to counter. Troopers probably won't be able to. JTR probably won't be able to either. It's a strong team. And this, these are kind of the last 2 teams here I want to chat about. Yeah, there are Ewoks here. I have an idea for Ewoks. This is General Skywalker. This is going to be a tough team to fight regardless. You don't need a full 501st team here. And if you guys do happen to be able to keep Ahsoka here, feel free to do it. If you have the Zeta here on General Skywalker that he gets for his Zeta unique, that when everybody is 501st, he gets the extra crit chance and counter chance. That's a good way to go about it, but I like Ahsoka for offense a little bit more. Okay, this is the team here, Ewoks. You guys are like, what the heck are you talking about, Ian? Well, guys, let's just see how many teams we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a 7th team if you want to go heavier on offense. This team, it will probably get soloed by 150% tenacity plus nests. But let's say the guy modded his nest for around 110%, 130% tenacity. Well, this will work very well. The reason why it'll work very well, guys, is because of this guy right here, Ewok Scout. You mod him and Logray for loads of potency. They will have a nice little trend going right off the bat with a bunch of removing the TMR on basics, and whenever he does crit, he gets 30% TM, and on top of that, he gets 20% TM whenever he uses a basic from the leadership here. So there is a train here, and I'm trying to get some tests and some videos to show you guys that this can time out a nest, or it can kill a nest. Most of the time, it's going to time out a nest though, because partnering, the days, nest can't gain any TM, she can't counter from the hypnotize on Logray. The TM train will start very, very fast, and you toss in, Ewok Elder here with extra TM. Everybody here can generate TM, especially from the leadership on the 20% TM whenever they use a basic. This has been proven to work. If you guys don't believe me, hold on, I'll try to get a video for you guys soon. This though is not, I would not include this on the top 6 of your defenses. This will be like a afterthought pretty much, but just keep it, I would just in case something, you have to keep these guys for defense, mod them for a lot of potency for those two I mentioned, for Logray and Scout, and mod everybody else for like a lot of protection, a lot of survivability, and also tenacity, just so they don't get debuffed early on from a fast nest. So that's pretty much it for this GAC and what I would recommend for you guys. I think this is mostly going to work for me because of what I have. Everybody's GA will be different from what they have. It just is how it is. But if I were you guys, I would focus more on the GS counters and your Malik counters for offense. That's what I have here. CLS versus Malik, Padme versus GS. Everybody else is going to generate some easier banner wins. And then, of course, defenses. You always want to toss in some curveballs here, like a BB-8, like a Droideka, and then even maybe some Ewoks, guys. That's it for my video today. Hopefully it didn't go too long for you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Again, let me know what you guys might change here. I think this is a good foundation though for a lot of these different GAs that will be coming here soon. And if there is not going to be 6 and there's going to be like 7 or 8, well then go back to exactly what we were using here earlier. Pretty much everything is the same. You just add in a little bit more offense as you keep JTR for offense. But that's pretty much it. What would you guys change here? Let me know down below in the comments below. But that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a like, share it around, and if you are new here, feel free to sub. Besides that, we have a Discord and a Patreon link if you guys want to go check out those 2 things. That is also in the description below in the video. Thank you guys for watching it again, and I will see you later.